Oh, let's just use this for now. This is for now. This will be enough for now. What do we call her? How about Friday? Friday? You serious? What? That's a legit golden name. Fine. We'll call her Friday for now, but let's see what else we can come up with. I want to give her. I want to give her a pretty name. This isn't a long-term solution, but for now, it's the best we've got. For now, let's just keep this between us until we have more certainty. Something came at work. It looks like I'm gonna have to put my travel plans on hold for now. I know you want to help, but you're still new, and it'll be a while before you can start doing a real work. So, for now, just focus on learning as much as you can. I think we've done enough for today. Let's continue tomorrow where we left off. It looks like they're closed for the day. They're closed for a day for the day. So let's come back tomorrow. Thanks, but I'm good. I think we've had enough to drink for tonight. It says here they're fully booked for the week. The earliest is next month. There's been a slight delay, so it looks like we're gonna have to make do with what we have for the time being. I enjoyed it for the most part. The date went okay for the most part. I prefer cats over dogs for the most part. This movie looks fun. Oh, that. I saw it right when it came out. Oh, you did? How was it? It was okay for the most part. It's not that different from the one that came out a few years ago. Oh, I didn't realize there was a prequel. Well, this one is not really a sequel. It's more like a reboot. For the most part, I think that it was a smart decision. For the most part, I would say she's been adapting pretty well. For the most part, learning a foreign language is similar to adapting to a foreign culture. We were met with a few critical moments, but I feel like we handled each one pretty well for the most part. Did you have a nice trip? For the most part, yes. Is this what you had in mind? Not entirely, but for the most part, yes. Are you close with your sister? I'd say we're I'd say we are for the most part. We do argue a lot, but all brothers and sisters do that, right? How did the interview go? Well, for the most part, it was a complete disaster. But I actually learned a few things about the company that gave me second thoughts about working there. You're good for a beginner. You're pretty good for a beginner. She looks really good for her age. 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 Okay. For a weekday, it was pretty crowded. Where did you find her? In a parking lot. In a parking lot. In a car park. She was hiding under a car, so how does she look? Well, for a stray, she looks to be in fairly good condition. I'd put her somewhere around 4 months old. Really? She's kind of small for a 4 month old, right? I guess you could say that. Do you own any other dogs? No, I don't. Do you own any other dogs? No, I don't. Really? For someone who doesn't own a dog, you seem to be quite comfortable handling her. I have a lot of friends who do. That is good. It's not bad for a 10,000 won pizza. It offers a lot of privacy for an apartment. It's kinda expensive for a compact car. I think we should keep looking. Wow, it's in really good condition for such an old hotel. They must spend a lot of maintenance. Are you sure you want to work there? It's kind of far for a part-time job. For a computer that's well over 10 years old, it's still quite usable. For a dog that's been neglected for so long, it's in surprisingly good health and spirits. For someone who has never had any formal training, I'd say she did an excellent job. For a TV show, for a TV show that is only in its first season, it has already been it's already it has already been gaining a lot of attention. For someone who has just lost their job, for someone who has just lost his job, you're in surprisingly good mood. Come on, it's not like I do that every day. What's the big deal? It's not like I cursed or anything. What's the big deal? It's not like I cursed or anything. I'm so worried. It's not like I have friends there. The other day, Frank Frank told me about this business idea he had, and I just told him what I thought, and now he's upset with me. It's not like I said his idea was dumb. What did you say exactly? I said that it didn't seem like it was enough to appeal to modern consumers. It's not like I have to agree with him on everything, right? Don't worry. It's not like we don't have other options. I think it's too fast. It's not like we know each other that well. Don't worry about it. It's not like you broke the law. Plus, they know you. I'm sure they'll understand. Don't be so hard on him. It's not like it was on purpose. And he already apologized to you twice, didn't he? This is a great opportunity for you. You should be worried about Alan. It's not like the two of you are married. This is not that bad. It used to be a lot worse. Don't worry. You'll get used to it. Besides, it's not like we have another choices. We should probably just get someone to do it, hire someone. It's not like any of us has done this before or know how to do it. Why are you so nervous? It's not like they're interviewing you. Besides, you've met them before. Just be yourself and you'll be fine. Otherwise, it's in really good condition. You could use a new finish. Otherwise, it's in really good condition. We should probably let everyone know we're brothers and sisters before they start thinking otherwise. We should get going. Otherwise, we'll miss the beginning. You know that I can't drive fast like you. Right, why did I have to hurt my ankle? Otherwise, I wouldn't have yet drive in the rain. Don't worry, I am slow, but otherwise pretty comfortable behind the wheel. I know, and can I be real honest with you? I'm actually sad I got injured. Why? What would have otherwise been a normal perfect? I mean, what would have otherwise been a normal week at work? What would have otherwise been a normal week? What would have otherwise been a normal week at work is now a vacation week with you. Remember to save your work frequently. Otherwise, you can lose hours of precious work. We had to leave early. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made it on time. The missing child was found several days later, slightly malnourished, but otherwise unhurt and in fairly good condition. Investigators have concluded that it was just a very unfortunate accident, but there is still a large number of people who believe otherwise. The weather completely ruined what would have otherwise been a perfect evening. The scandal pretty much ended what would have otherwise been a very successful career for him. She claims she had no knowledge of that, but all of her actions suggest otherwise. Generally speaking, higher education leads to better quality of life, but there are plenty of real life cases that suggest otherwise. Does anybody want me to go over the rules again? Does anybody want me to go over the rules? Go over rules once more before we start the game. I went over it in my head again. Come on, Andrew. We've gone over this a dozen times. You can't keep acting on your own like this. I know, but all that does is slow everything down. You trust my judgment, right? When have I been wrong? It's not all about that. It's not all about that. We're all part of the team. We're all part of the team. If something like this comes up, you have to share it with the rest of us so we could go over it and come to a decision together. That is the only way a system can work. Can I go over it one last time before I hand it over? I just want to make sure everything is right. I carefully went over the documents a couple of times, but there's always a chance that I missed something. Before we get started, there are a couple of things that we have to go over first. We'd better go over our story a few more times just in case he's like human lie detector and he can smell a lie from a mile away. In our book, she goes over a lot of very interesting details about the incident. Why am I bringing this up again? I thought we went over this. Don't worry, you don't have to remember everything, but I'm just going over it once now to give you a rough idea. I'll go over with you again later. She'll need some hands-on experience before we put her to any real work, but she's fairly familiar with the workflow. I've gone over it with her several times. I'll make sure everyone knows. Please, make sure to double check before you submit it. Don't worry, I'll make sure that she gets the message. Hey, why is the package still here? I thought you would have taken it to the office by now. Taken it to the post office by now. Don't worry, it's on my to-do list. You better make sure that it's in the mail within the next couple of days. The holidays are coming up. I'm gonna mail it today. Don't worry about it. And make sure to double check the address. We can't afford another mistake like last time. Make sure to review it at least twice before you submit it. Please make sure to wash your hands before you eat. Did you make sure to lock the doors? Did you make sure to turn off all the lights before you left? I made sure it was the right size. I made sure it was the right size. It was the right size. I always make sure my phone is fully charged before I leave in the morning. How can I make sure that my child is getting all the nutrients he needs and not being overfat? Overfat. We need to make sure not to allow something like this to happen again. Make sure never to talk about in front of your kids. It can cause a lot of confusion and anxiety. Don't worry, it'll be safe. I'll make sure of it. I sent this email this morning. I made sure of it. I'm pretty sure she's sent it by now. You sure you put in the correct address? Yeah, I made sure of it. I checked and double checked.